Hey everyone, and welcome to the Walking Dread podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
It's your host Adrian.
It's spooky time.
With me as always is Julia, our resident expert on all things creepy and disturbing.
That's me.
On this show, we're diving deep into the heart of horror, bringing you guys stories of nightmares, ancient curses, and terrifying tales.
That'll keep you up at night.
They'll send shivers down your spine for sure. So buckle up, dear listeners, because tonight's story is called Game Over, Level Up.
Ooh.
It's about a group of gamers trapped in a real-life version of their favorite online battle royale game, Survival of the Fittest.
I love that game.
So this story really makes you think about those blurred lines between virtual and real. Get Jake, Maya, and their friends, and they wake up in the game's starting zone.
Yeah.
Only this time, it's not pixels on a screen. It's all too real.
It's terrifying.
You can practically feel the tension as they realize the game has taken on a whole new deadly meaning.
For sure.
What's so clever is how the story uses the reader's knowledge of gaming. Anyone who's played these battle royale games knows the thrill of landing, the frantic scramble for loot, and the adrenaline rush of the first encounter.
Totally.
But here, that excitement turns into pure horror when the first player goes down.
Permanently.
Permanently, no respawns in this version of the game.
Nope.
So it's like that record scratched. It goes from like, hey, this is like our game, to, oh God, we're going to die.
Yeah, you can just imagine.
And the story describes the death so vividly. It's not clean and virtual. It's brutal and very real.
It's just awful.
Talk about a wake-up call.
It makes you think about how much we take for granted in the safety of our virtual worlds.
It really does.
Yeah.
Suddenly all those strategies and skills they've honed for hours,
Yeah.
Mastering the maps and weapon stats, they become tools for actual survival.
Right, especially for Maya.
Yeah.
She's the group's strategist.
Right.
And her in-game knowledge literally becomes her lifeline.
It's like a twisted take on the idea of expertise. Like, it makes you think about what your greatest strength in a game would be and whether it would actually help you in a real-life horror scenario.
Absolutely.
But it's not all about skills, though, is it?
No.
I mean, the story also explores the psychological impact of this whole situation, As the player count drops, you can feel the tension ratcheting up.
Oh, yeah.
And you see how this pressure cooker environment forces them to make, like, these impossible choices.
Right.
You're trapped with your friends.
Right.
But the game is literally designed to pit you against each other.
Yeah, like at what point does that gamer camaraderie just crumble under the weight of survival?
Exactly. And you see this play out so tragically with Jake.
Yeah, poor Jake.
He's the group's tank.
Yeah.
The one who soaks up the damage and protects the others.
Yeah, in the virtual world at least.
Yeah, but here in this terrifying reality, those skills, they just don't translate.
No, they don't.
And he ends up, well, let's just say it's not a heroic ending.
It's rough.
It's a real gut punch. And it really sets the stage for Maya's final showdown.
Yeah, she's alone, cornered, outmatched.
Right, but then there's this crazy turn of events. The other player just vanishes, poof, gone.
Yeah, just like that.
Leaving Maya as the victor. But that victory comes with a truly chilling twist.
It's so messed up.
Instead of freedom, she's forced to become the new game master, the architect of the next deadly game.
It's the ultimate horror.
It's like this horrifying inversion of the winner-takes-all mentality.
Yeah.
She survived, but at what cost?
Right.
At the cost of her freedom and arguably her humanity.
Exactly.
She's trapped in this endless cycle of designing death traps and choosing the next batch of unsuspecting players.
It's just brutal.
This ending is just brutal. That makes you question the very nature of victory.
Totally. It leaves us with some pretty disturbing questions.
It does.
Like, what would we do in Maya's situation? Could we stomach designing a game knowing the horrific consequences?
Game Over Level Up is more than just a spooky story.
It's a reflection.
It's a chilling reflection of our own relationship with technology obsession and, the dark side of human nature.
Absolutely.
And that's what we love about these stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
They stay with you long after you finish listening.
They get under your skin.
So if you enjoyed tonight's tale of terror, be sure to rate and follow the Walking Dread podcast.
Yes, please do.
For more chilling stories and discussions.
We've got plenty more where that came from.
Until next time.
Sweet dreams.
If you dare.